One. Welcome back, guys, to another ABL Sports video, a continuation of our NFL team season recap series for the 2025 NFL season. As you guys can tell by the title of the video, we are doing the Seattle Seahawks. And as you guys know, Dev, big Seahawks guy, been very accurate about the Seahawks all season for ABL. So no better person to do this with than Dev. So we're going to just go straight into it. As always, the first question, Dev, as a Seattle Seahawks fan, what were your expectations for the Seahawks going into this season?
You know, I like most people didn't have that high of this high of as expectations, for the Seahawks and to be Super Bowl champs. I thought they would be good, like first or second in the NFC, like good. But I didn't think they would be 14-3, Super Bowl champs, good. I thought maybe I had them around like 9-8, something like that.
Oh,
A little bit of a rebuild year, especially with like in the offseason, we got a lot of moves happened. We got rid of DK. Sam Donald came through. Jackson Smith and Jigba stepped up as wide receiver one. We had a lot of unknowns coming this season, and all those unknowns came out to be positives and looking very bright for next year.
interesting that you actually predicted them to be worse than I did. So my thing was I had the Seahawks winning the NFC West.
Hmm.
I had them win the NFC West because my philosophy was it's either the Vikings are going to be very good or the Seahawks are going to be very
Yeah.
good. Because either the Vikings carried Sam Darnold kind of carried the Vikings, and we saw maybe which we'll get into Sam Darnold because
Yeah.
I mean this is probably one of the best stories in NFL history. So going in the season, I said probably about 12-5, 13-4. They win the division, but I had the Rams going to the Super Bowl in the NFC. But and when the season started, they lose week one to the Niners, and then they rattled off a bunch of wins. I think all they lost to were the Niners, Bucks, and Rams. And this was just a fantastic season. Everyone got to see how good Mike McDonald really
Hmm.
was because he really is the defensive Kyle Shanahan or Sean McVay, whatever you want to
Oh
call
yeah.
it. And also another thing is I actually was a fan of them trading DK and Geno Smith in the offseason.
I was
Because in
as
my
well.
opinion, Sam Darnold was a clear upgrade over
Over Geno
Geno
Smith.
Smith.
No, absolutely. I was never that high on Geno Smith, and like we can see him on the Raiders. They're not doing so hot either. Maybe that's not all Geno's fault, but I think he had his opportunity in Seattle, and yeah, it was time for him to go.
Yeah, and then with DK Metcalf, my thought was this is gonna let JSN shine because
Hmm.
I really love JSN coming out of the draft. So like this is where he established himself as a wide receiver one. I didn't expect offensive player of the year. I'll
Oh
be
no,
honest. I did not expect that. I expected probably maybe like 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns.
mhm.
Not this.
Absolutely not. And like I thought, Jason was going to be good, especially coming with the Ohio State pedigree. But I didn't think he was going to catapult himself into tier one receiver level with Jamar Chase, Jay Jettas, Puka. He's right there with them. So.
Oh, 100%. So just kind of going into the season more, you guys lose to the Niners and Bucks pretty early on. The Niners, I mean, you can make a case you win all three of your losses. I mean, if Darnold doesn't fumble, guys, you guys win that. If
Hmm.
Baker doesn't have the game of his life against the
Oh
Seahawks,
yeah.
like he had the best game of his NFL career.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you look at all three of these losses, the combined point differential for all three losses is 7 points. That's one touchdown. So to lose three games in the whole season by a combined 7 points, I think that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, so and then you guys lose to the Rams with everyone. That's the infamous Darnold four interception game. But you get Jason Myers makes a field goal, you guys win that too, which is
Oh
a
yeah,
crazier
exactly.
thing. And then, but this, but the big thing that I think I kind of want to talk about is, well, one, Sam Darnold. We'll just kind of get this out of the way with the addition because I think it was just a fantastic. I mean, you guys know on this channel, I am a big Sam Darnold fan. I liked him on the Panthers, the Niners, the Vikings, and I'm shocked he wasn't in more of a hot commodity this offseason. Like I was really like, I know the Steelers made an offer. The Steelers and the Vikings were the only two that made him
Hmm.
offers. And like besides the Seahawks. And I was just like, I mean, you look at the Raiders, maybe Raiders could have used him. I mean, you look at
Oh
the
yeah.
Browns could have used him, like all these bad teams, the Dolphins, like you're like, even the Colts. What do you think happens with the Colts if they have Sam Darnold? Like
It's hard to say because I mean the Colts were on fire pre
with
Daniel
Daniel
Jones
Jones, yeah.
injury. So I don't want to say that like they would be better with Sam Darnold, but maybe I don't know. I just
Yeah, we don't gotta talk
injury
about
is kind of
that.
hard to injury is kind of hard to deal with, right? So like
Yeah,
this is part of the game. I don't want to say that like if Sam Darnold was on that squad that he wouldn't have been injured or vice versa.
yeah,
So, but I mean, regardless, I think the Colts would have been good with Sam Darnold, if not
yeah.
better. So,
So, and also something interesting. So, Rashid Shaheed, at the time, I had no idea how big of an addition it was. I was
oh
like,
yeah.
and Rashid Shaheed, I mean, he was your MVP in the postseason besides Sam Darnold. I mean, it was like
hmm
ridiculous. Um,
No, yeah, I mean, especially coming out of Nola, like I know a lot of Saints fans, they had him as like a personal favorite, but and he had a lot of good flashes, but he was never really just able to cement it like himself as a Saint. And then for him to come to Seattle and really cement himself in the league, that I remember I was watching the divisional against the 49ers, an opening drive, Rashid Shaheed, what 93 yards to the house,
oh yeah.
what a way to start.
Yeah, and an interesting thing too. So after Rashid Shaheed and the Seahawks dominate, like for example, they dominated the Panthers, which the Panthers, they were a problem for a lot of teams. Oh, excuse me. They almost beat the Rams twice. And
Mhm.
then they dominated the Falcons down the stretch. I don't care what anyone says. That week 18 against the Niners, they dominated them. I know it was only 13-3. Could have very easily been like 26-3.
Absolutely.
Um, and I'm gonna be honest, if like the score was like, you know, the Seahawks, they just told Darnold, don't turn the ball over. And
Yeah.
speaking of not turning the ball over, this postseason,
Zero.
zero turnovers for
Zero.
Sam Darnold.
I mean, I watched him in that NFC Championship game go throw to throw in
He
clutch time
outplayed
when it mattered
Stafford.
with Stafford. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, I mean, what are we talking about here?
Oh, 100%. I mean, he was phenomenal. The best game of his NFL career, in my
Mhm.
opinion. And I mean, I think they shut out the Vikings as well, beat the Titans, beat the Cardinals. I know those aren't great teams, but still NFL teams who
Oh yeah.
some teams struggled to put away. So we'll just get into the postseason because that's what everyone's kind of come to this video for because the Seahawks are your Super Bowl champions. So going into the postseason, I think me, you, Finn, all the other ABL Sports guys, we all said it's either going to be Seahawks or Rams win the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
One of those teams is winning. Like I don't see I said I didn't see a world where any other team besides those two win.
Mm-mm.
And I and going to the postseason, my pick was the Seahawks. And then I changed it last second. I was like, I want my preseason pick. I want the Rams, which kind of regretted. But after that, I did pick the Seahawks to beat the Rams in the NFC Championship. And I kind of just want to talk about the postseason, just how well the team played. And I'm gonna be honest, just like I know we discussed this last week in our Super Bowl recap. I thought Sam Darnold played great in the Super Bowl.
I thought he did too. I mean, he didn't really need to do much, like per se, but even beyond that, he threw like 19 to 38, threw a touchdown.
The
Um,
stats weren't great,
the
but if
stats
you
weren't
look at the
great, but
performance, like it's
the Patriots defense was down his neck like a lot of this game, and I thought I was a little worried, especially coming into the season with Sam Darnold because I know like he had a reputation prior to this season to not play that well, kind of when it mattered and in the postseason. But he's completely breaking that narrative. He's broken that narrative. He's Super Bowl champ.
100%. I mean, I mean, he is phenomenal. And so, just staying on the Sam Darnold topic, where does he rank in terms of like your best quarterbacks in the league?
Uh,
Because we can do a little
I
ranking right now. We'll get the
I would
obvious ones
definitely
out of the
put him
way.
top 10. I don't know where within that 10 I would put him like exactly, but he's definitely top 10 for me.
Because like we'll get the obvious ones out of the way. So in no order, we have Mahomes,
hmm
Burrow, Allen,
Jackson.
Lamar,
Yeah.
Herbert, Stafford.
hmm
Even though Darnold outplayed Stafford in the third game, Stafford outplayed him twice. So I'll
Yeah.
give Stafford. You got those six. I
May?
mean,
Would you put May in there? May's been playing well all season, I would say. Like I
yeah,
think
but
he deserves a
I
shout.
just watched that Super Bowl. One of those quarterbacks escaped from all those sacks. One of those quarterbacks took a bunch of sacks. I know the Seahawks O line's better, but I would say, I mean, after this season, I'd say Darnold's above Baker. I would say
hmm
I would probably take him over Jalen Hurts. I mean, I think Darnold's in that 8 to 10 range. I really do.
Yeah, I believe that too. I'm not mad if someone puts Baker over Darnold, like to be honest,
Yeah, I'm
but
not mad at that either.
the Jalen Hurts, I'm not super high on Jalen Hurts personally, so I would take
Yeah.
Darnold over Jalen
I
Hurts.
mean, he facilitates the offense, but like, I mean, Jalen Hurts lost to Brock Purdy and the Niners at home. Sam Darnold
Yeah,
beat him at
did
home in the
not.
postseason. They didn't just beat him; they crushed him.
Oh
Like it
yeah.
was game was over. Like I know Sam Darnold didn't do much because there was a lot of defense, and special teams, but I think Sam Darnold really improved in terms of like just not throwing picks, not taking sacks, just throw the ball away.
Oh yeah.
Because last year, even in Minnesota, he had an issue with that. And early on this season, he had an issue of that. Like I believe he had so he had 14 interceptions on the year. I'm pretty sure all 14 of those were in the first like 14, 15 weeks. And after that, he didn't throw any. And and honestly, if you take the two Rams regular season games, he has 8 interceptions. Like, if you take out the two regular season games against the Rams, Darnold has 22 touchdowns, 8 interceptions this year. Like,
That's a great stat line.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
and I know I don't want to make this video all about Sam Darnold, but I also want to talk about the draft. Hold on, let's talk about the draft. Let's
Mm.
wind back a bit. Sorry, I'm kind of going off topic a bit. But John Schneider, I mean, I think it's safe to say he's the best GM in the league.
Oh yeah. He,
I mean, this draft, I mean, Nicky Morari, trading for Rashid Shaheed, Greg Zabel, who was fantastic on the O line. You
hmm
had a Hall on the D line. And then even a couple years ago, drafting Witherspoon, drafting trading for Uchenna Nwosu, Leonard
Oh yeah.
Williams, like all these guys, JSN as well. JSN, people were questioning if
JSN.
he could play in the NFL, and look at him now. Like,
They got Charbonnet. Well, like in that same draft with JSN.
and I believe they
Um,
got Kenneth Walker in the draft before.
yes, I think that's correct. But you know what's the scary part that people aren't really talking about? This past draft, they got Jalen Milroe, which I mean I watched the Bama tape. I kind of I like him as a prospect. I think he has a lot of upside. I think whenever it's time to switch over the reins, I think Jalen I think it'll be
I
exciting.
think Sam Darnold locked himself in for the next 5 to 8 years. Like, I
No,
mean, Darnold's
I
only
think so as
29.
well. But
Like, he's,
assuming he stays, you know, but she probably won't. But I think like I'd be excited to see Milroe in a couple years in a Seahawks jersey.
yeah, but I don't know. I just think Darnold, I mean, and also you have Darnold on a cheap deal for 2 more years.
Yeah.
I mean, he's making peanuts compared to like these kind of big paid, big time quarterbacks. And you know, going into this offseason, it's kind of interesting. I'm a Chiefs fan, and after our Super Bowls, like for example, after our 2023 Super Bowl, I'm like, we could use a receiver or two. Like
hmm
after our 2022 Super Bowl, I'm like, we can use some guys on the defense. This for the Seahawks, I can't think of a position besides maybe a second wide receiver to replace Cooper Kupp. Like I I can't think of anything of what the Seahawks need.
Not re yeah. I mean, they're a really young team. Like for the most part, their defense is really good. I think they're gonna stay. Eamon Wari, outstanding rookie
He
on the D.
stepped up this postseason
Oh,
big. I mean, he was phenomenal.
absolutely. Um, yeah, I agree. Like maybe see what they can do in the wide receiver room. Um, besides that, like it's not really much. Like it's not a lot of hole. There's not really a lot of holes to fill. Like
Oh, 100%. And also, I mean, people are like, well, you can trade for Max Crosby. Their D line's already good. And the
yeah,
D line's so young, they're not paying any of them besides Leonard Williams.
yeah.
Like,
I don't think that's necessarily the greatest move, especially in terms of like salary like spending.
yeah, I mean, maybe you can get a Trent McDuffie to line up on the opposite side of Witherspoon, but like I said, this is a really good draft. Just let John Snyder cook and just keep getting these draft picks. I mean,
No, exactly.
like I said, just the Seahawks, they don't have a need. It's ridiculous.
Mm-mm. It's really exciting for the future because like it's not like it's they're kind of in the like they're not in a rebuild mindset. They're more in like a reload mindset where
Oh
they're
yeah.
ready to keep going. Yeah. So
Yeah, I know, but no, this Seahawks team. I mean, I know we keep saying we normally talk about the positives and the negatives, but there were no negatives like this year. Like
no.
it was like after that Rams game, like the first Rams game, no negatives.
Would you put this Seahawks team as like a all-time team for the NFL? Because I would,
Are we talking in terms of Super Bowl champions or all-time teams in general?
just in general.
Let's see. I think the '07 Patriots are probably one or two. The Ravens had some good teams back like in the early 2000s.
hmm
I would say that I think the Legion of Boom might beat this team. I actually, I think they do, assuming the play rules are like them back then, because the way they played is completely different.
I think the Legion of Boom would beat this team, but again,
It's a
that's kind of
good
a different
game.
NFL. Yeah.
I mean, I think the no-fly zone Broncos are in the 2013 Broncos as well. Um, and then I do think this team beats last year's Eagles team.
Yes. I just think this team was like very I just think it was a very dominant team. I think looking back in a couple years, I think we might look back and say like this was one of the greatest like regular season.
Yeah.
teams of all
I
time.
mean, if we're going back to 2000, I would say this is probably a top five team since 2000.
Hmm.
Like, because like I think the '07 Patriots probably beat them, and
I
that's
think
no
so too.
disrespect. It's just it's the '07 Patriots.
I think the
I
19 Chiefs beat them, like personally. I think that's a good game at least.
really, I'm a Chiefs fan. I don't know about that.
Really,
I don't. Oh, yeah, I don't know about that one actually. I think, let's see, the Legion of Boom beats them. Um, I think the Denver. I think both Denver teams. I think the 2013 Denver team and the 2015 Denver team actually
I
beat
don't think the
them.
2015 Denver team beats this team.
We'll just
I
say
think
one of
I
them beats them. So
I
that's
think 13 beats
three.
them, but I think Peyton was a little too old by 15 to put up points against this
Yeah.
defense.
So that's three right there. I think one of the Ravens teams, at least one, I would say, beats them.
What about
And
2021 Rams?
no,
I think
no
no.
chance.
Or I'm
I
sorry. Which sorry was that the last Rams Super Bowl win 2021?
Yeah,
Yeah,
2021. Yeah, you got it right.
yeah.
And yeah, no, I don't think. I mean, those are the four that come to my mind. I don't think any other team. No, I don't think the Steelers had good enough teams back in the day to beat this team. But like also like we said, there's different rules back then. Like you can't hit people like the Legion of
The
Boom hit
way
people.
yeah, I like the way they used to.
So yeah, no, I think those are the four, and maybe one of the other Patriots teams. Like I know in 2014 the Patriots had a. Actually,
16 Pats was 16 Pats was good. I mean,
yeah, but I
come
would probably
back.
say the 2014 Pats because that was the year they had Revis, and he just
Yeah.
transformed that defense. So, but still, I mean, it's top five, six teams since 2000,
Mhm.
like in the modern era of NFL football. So, I mean, this team is fantastic. So now we're gonna go into this offseason, and what I'm gonna ask you, I know we said they don't need anything, but any specific move, draft pick, trade you want to see the Seahawks make this offseason?
I couldn't even tell you. Just re-sign key guys. Make sure you don't lose anybody to in the free agency that like really need. I want to see Kenneth Walker come back. I want to see Rashid Shaheed come back. I know they recently they talked about they weren't going to give Walker the franchise tag, which I kind of agree with. I think Kenneth Walker is a great running back, but I don't think he's like a franchise tag running back. Um, Besides that, just be smart. Be smart with salary. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, my guy that I would like to see him get Romeo Dobbs. If you can get him for like 3 years, 51 million, something like that.
That
I,
would be
I like
nice.
that. Solid wide receiver too. And he's not a guy that's going to command the ball. And also JSN doesn't command it either.
Mhm.
JSN's like, I'm open every place, so throw it to me then. But you don't see him complaining and bitching kind of like DK did.
I
But
think if you get Romeo Dobbs, that would be like an insane 1-2 punch because I don't think you could stopping that offense is gonna be a tall task.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this is a credit to Mike McDonald and John Schneider. I mean, these two, and also the Seahawks just went up for sale, so they're going to have a new owner as well.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, those two really built this team the way they wanted to. I mean, John Schneider, Mike McDonald, it was a big risk to get Sam Darnold because there was
Hmm.
still a lot of people who said Sam Darnold couldn't play.
Yeah, this past offseason it was a lot of people that was like very unsure about that Seahawks pick or I'm sorry the Seahawks signing.
Yeah, no, and everyone's like, why would you trade Geno Smith? Well, guess what? They won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
um, but yeah, no, 100%. It was I the Seahawks season. This was a magical season. Best team we've seen in a while. I know we say that after
Hmm.
every Super Bowl win, but this truly was one of the best teams I've seen in a while.
Hmm. They were
And
just so dominant all throughout the season.
oh, 100%. I mean, you
Yeah.
couldn't beat them at all.
Uh-uh.
So the Seahawks, Super Bowl champions. I don't think anyone predicted it. I mean, I'll kind of toot my horn. I predicted them to win the division, but I did not predict this.
I mean, yeah. I remember. I think I mentioned this in a previous video. I can tell you which one exactly, but the preseason like Super Bowl odds, they had the Cardinals over the Seahawks. I
Oh
think
yeah, that was
they
crazy.
had
Yeah.
they had the Seahawks like plus 5,000 or something like that to win the Super Bowl. So um, I hope whoever saw that, I hope somebody took that bet and made a lot of money this year.
Yeah. Well, someone did. So thank you, Dev, for joining us as always. We're gonna do a lot more NFL offseason content with him. Dev's video about the KD kind of like burner accounts. That's up. That's doing very well right now. And we will have NBA, NFL content with Dev all throughout the year. So thank you, Dev, as always, for joining us and congrats on this great season.
Let's go. We'll be back right back next year. Let's go 12.
All right, have a good one, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.
Here we go.